Hello, welcome to Wanderlust. My name is Jonty.
And I'm Millie. We're currently on day 9 of quarantine in our beautiful hotel.
The Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Singapore.
The hotel overlooks the Marina Bay. We've got the other view, which is still fine. It's still nice to look out and see the skyline, and you can kind of just about see people going about their daily business, which is quite nice to people watch, pass the time a little bit.
We realised that in our last vlog we didn't really show you too much of the process or talk too much about the process from the airport coming to the hotel, so we thought we'd talk a little bit about that today for those of you who are interested in that. So we touched down at Changi Airport in a very, very quiet flight. I think there was probably a maximum of 70 people on our flight. And we took our time getting towards passport control, and when we got there were a few things that we needed to hand in and to sign.
We had to provide that we had done a health declaration, which we had completed online 3 days before flying. So when we got downstairs, it was all easily signposted. There was people telling you where to go. So it didn't feel awkward, because I found sometimes with coronavirus, you go into a shop and you feel a little bit awkward because you don't know which way you're supposed to walk, you don't know which way the arrows are, and you kind of feel a little bit awkward, but people were showing us where to go. So it was all quite clear. So we had all of our documentation ready, and we went to a little desk to check our visa and our health declaration.
Before that though, the staff at Changi Airport were amazing. They were so friendly. They're like talking to our kids and smiling at them, and it just felt really, really nice to be there. It didn't feel like we were in like a mass world pandemic that was dangerous or anything. It felt quite calm, didn't it? The whole atmosphere of the place was really calm. We had a bit of a queue to start off with. There was a guy in front of us who hadn't pre-filled in his form, so he had to do it there, and then using an iPad that the airport had provided. But when we got to the desk, they needed to check all of ours, and they had a guy there who was obviously a trainee, and a lady who knew exactly what was going on. So the trainee was taking a bit longer, but I guess this is all new, isn't it? So they had to, they're still training people to make sure that they can deal with the situation as best they can. So we didn't really have a problem waiting for them.
No, and then once we got through there, you go through to regular immigration where we have our passports checked and things like that. And then again, when we went through there was a gentleman showing us where we could get our baggage. Our baggage had already been taken off for us.
Taken off the conveyor belt.
Taken off the conveyor belt. So we picked up our 4 suitcases, a cello and a guitar. And again, there was people waiting, showing us where to go, because we had to then get a coach which would take us to the hotel that we're in now.
Yeah, just before that we were given a yellow sticker each, and we thought it was because we had our temperatures taken, but when we got there they said, oh, yellow stickers over here please, and there were probably about 11 of us in a row who ended up on a particular coach that took us to this hotel. We actually had no idea which hotel we're going to go to until we arrived here, which is pretty, well, it was a nice surprise.
Yeah, it was a really nice surprise, and as you've seen, we've been in the suite for a week, which is really lovely because we've been able to have separate spaces. So now the kids are next door, they're having some chill time after doing some dances that they've been following online, just to kind of get rid of some of their energy, because they've got lots of it. So it's nice that we've got a separate lounge space and we've got a separate bedroom so that we can just have a little bit of time apart if we need it.
You may have seen our vlog a few weeks ago about how we're preparing for quarantine, where we talked about some activities that we were going to bring, but also how we were going to set a routine every day. Now, we have kind of done that, but the routine has been kind of set for us by our 3 meals that are delivered to the door every single day. Our breakfast comes in at about 7:30. We don't tend to be awake till about 8:15, so we wait for that one. But then our lunch comes through at about 12:30, 1:45, and then dinner again at about 6:30, 7:45. So those are really, really good milestone points throughout the day, where we know that food is coming, and the food is really, really good. It's being provided by some caterers, and there is an option of a Western and a local.
Yeah, we decided to take 2 Western options and 2 local options, because some of the local options are quite spicy. The children do like spice, but some of them have been like fire on one occasion, one particular meal. So we've just gone for 2 and 2, so then they can kind of pick and choose if they want to try a little bit of ours and a little bit of theirs. There's usually a meat option in it. They come in these little trays with 3 sections. So there's a vegetable section, a meat section, and then a fish section. And then we get like a whole takeaway container full of rice as well. So there's more food than all 4 of us can eat, because the portions are adult size for all of us. So we've not been hungry at all. So, and they've all been really healthy, which has been nice. So the meals, I think, have been well thought out, as to what you need in portion size.
At our meal times, we are on this app which is called Homer, which is provided by the Singapore government. Now, both Millie and I, from my work, have been given SIM cards, local SIM cards, that we've had to plug into our phones and keep in there at all times, because it's also a tracker. And it's not to sort of keep an eye on us and see where we go, it's to make sure we stay in our rooms at all times. And so when we are out of quarantine, we can take the tracker off our phones altogether. So it's just to make sure that we're in the right place at the right time for now. We also get regular phone calls once a day, maybe twice a day, from the Ministry of Health, who are just calling in to check that we're doing okay. Some of them from the Ministry of Manpower, which is the people who who issue us the visas. So I guess they feel responsible for us as well. So they're just checking that we're doing all right as well. And the hotel calls us, our work calls us. We're really, really well looked after. It's really impressive. But along with that routine, we're taking our temperatures and taking a selfie, which is with that app. So we are tracked and well looked after. The only downside to the meals, I'd say, is that they don't come with fresh fruit. But we've been pretty fortunate because we've got cousins and friends who've been amazing. Particularly my cousin Jeremy and his wife Shumin have brought us like heaps of fruit over the last nearly 2 weeks, and have kept us really, really well stocked. And our kids are fruit monsters, or I am as well, really.
Yeah.
So we have got through it all. It's been amazing, and a few local fruit in there as well. Jeremy and Shumin have just delivered some stuff. Oh my days! Oh my goodness! This is dinner and a half, guys.
Big prawns.
Big prawns.
They're massive.
This bag is insanely heavy.
Is that the fruit?
I don't know, maybe.
Must be fruit.
The prawns are massive.
Those prawns are massive. Oh my goodness.
Fruit. There's
Thank you so much. Oh my days.
loads of treats.
Oh, fruit.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Oh wow.
We've had lots of family and friends drop off little goodie bags for us with games and treats to eat, which has been amazing. And Jonty's work delivered us a little goodie bag today, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you if you have, and if you've offered as well. Thanks for that as well. It's just nice to know that we've got people in the outside world that are looking out for us and thinking about us, and we can't wait to meet up and thank you properly. So yeah, it's much appreciated, and it just kind of breaks up the day and gives a little lift and some tasty things to eat too.
As well as friends and family who we already have, we've already started to make new friends and family. Now, one of the things that we were, I guess concerned isn't the right word, but we were making sure that we wanted to get sorted quickly is our church. Like when we moved to Surrey, settling into an amazing church was just it was just amazing, because we made friends quickly. We got into like a weekend routine really quickly. We had a support network quickly, but also we could be friends to people quickly. And we love having people over. We love hosting people. So what we did here is that we had a Friday night video call with a local church and just had a chat with them, which was so nice. And then they actually linked us up with their kids pastor, who has already called our kids to have a little FaceTime and just to chat with them and get to know them better, which was incredible, really. It made us feel like we're already making new friends, and we've been outside in the open air for about 3 minutes since we landed. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, I think that's a really important part wherever you're moving, relocating, is to find a support network. And I think with coronavirus as it is, things aren't quite as easy to maybe go to groups and things like that. So being able to like link yourself in online, I think you have to kind of put yourself out there a bit, because otherwise nobody would know that we're here. So yeah, find a support network if you're relocating. I think that's really important to do. Another way that I've started forming a support network, and just to find local information, is a Facebook group for expat wives in Singapore. So
Wives only?
Wives only.
Why not allowed to join?
You can make your own Singapore expat husbands
Right,
page. So I can go on there and I can write a comment. So I went on there and just asked a question about home delivery for food shopping and things like that, and people responded. So it's just nice to have a bit of local knowledge, people that have done the journey that we're going to be doing, and finding out, you know, how we go about our daily life when we get out here. They've also got a page that you can buy things secondhand on, which is going to be really helpful as well for us, because we want to be able to furnish our apartment.
Yeah, we've been looking at some websites already and made a few purchases from here. We've just bought a few of the essentials, so like we knew with like the measurements of the kids' rooms, we can get their beds. We've got our bed and a sofa bed for the lounge,
An
but
essential footproof.
an essential footproof. But other than that, like we haven't got any of the other bits and bobs yet because we want to be able to see it once we're in the apartment. We just got things that we knew were going to fit well. So the rest will come once we're there. But it's been great to be able to look at some of the local websites and to see what they have. And I also use Carousel, which is basically like the Singaporean eBay. And we had a bit of a pickle with our shipping actually. Back at home, we found out that we weren't able to ship over as much as we wanted to at quite a last minute, and we were already here. So my older sister, our friend Ruth, who's just incredible, they both just went and just sorted everything out for us. But we didn't have a TV, so I had to go onto Carousel to look for a TV and managed to find one quite easily, which is awesome. So we've got a few things like that we're starting to learn about already.
Most places offer free delivery as well, or you can kind of barter if you're buying it second hand. Somebody might deliver it for you because we won't have a car here. You can take taxis, but you can also use an app and you can select to hire a man with a van, man with a car, man with a motorbike, and they go and pick up your stuff and deliver it to you, which is amazing, and that's widely used here. So that feels a bit strange for us, but that's just common here because so many people just rely on public transport mostly.
Yeah, I guess it's such a small island. For those of you who don't know, Singapore's only 26 miles across. If you had to do a marathon from one side to the other, you'd finish in the sea. So like it's not big at all. So I guess post is one of those things that's probably just a bit slower than just asking someone to come and pick up something for you and drop it off. So those services seem to be widely available here as well.
By the time you guys watch this, we will have 4 days left in quarantine. We've got to go for a swab test before that, and then we will be free.
Come on. Well, we hope you've enjoyed watching our experience of quarantine so far in Singapore, and we look forward to seeing you next time. For the time being, please subscribe, please do comment, say hi to us in the comments, or give us any suggestions or thoughts or whatever it might be. We've had lots of questions recently about things that we could do in the future that we've already planned up, and we've been in touch with those people as well. So do like, subscribe, share, all that sort of stuff, and we look forward to seeing you next time.